did one time. That was a couple of years ago, and I remember like, what the heck? Like, I was like, honey, this is a Chinese restaurant. She's like, no, it's not any Chinese restaurant. I'm like, okay, but a Chinese restaurant. And I show up, and then I realized really quickly why it's so popular. Yeah, it was. Mm.
Well, now I'll have to watch the movie. I saw part of it when it first came out, but I never actually ever gone back to watch the entire thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. You have to watch the movie. It's like, and well, because we went to school with a girl who is like uh Estra. Estra is one of the character in the film. You when you watch it, you know it. We know somebody who's like Astra exactly, and so when they talk about Singapore, so I knew I one of my roommate in college. I had many roommates in college, but one of them, his family owned a shipping company in Singapore. So just to give you an idea how rich he is, and so shipping. So that's why I know a lot about shipping just from him, listening to him, talking to him. And every time in Singapore, I always try to take a chance to go visit him, his family. And then I know another family in Macau. So Macau is casino. Just to give you an idea how rich some of these guys are. My school in Boston is one of the most expensive school in the country. Well, these guys paying it full, foreign exchange student price, full price. And so I knew their parents have money, but I have no idea how rich they are until I went to some of their houses. Dude, when like when you say some people they live on an island or they own a corner space, when you think of like Macau, for example, or Singapore, the island is not that big. Some of the islands not that big.
Right.
Well, these guys own a corner of it. Like you drive into like I'm like where like building everywhere, and all of a sudden you go into like a wooded area and you go into this like like snake going up to this mansion. I always imagine there's a mansion, because rich people in the United States is not is I mean I've seen rich people in the United States, so I'm not really impressed. I so it's like, okay, a mansion in China. No, but when you look at out of the context where this house located in reference to the rest of the island, then you realize that that's a lot of land space that they own. They essentially own like a quarter of island. I have another friend who's in Kowloon, Hong Kong. Have you been in Hong Kong?
I haven't.
Oh yeah. So I went to visit him, and so he told me, he said, "Well, there's a couple ways to get there. I can pick you up and take you up to my houses, or you can do the tourist thing, take the train, and then get there, and I'll meet you up there and walk up." So I have no idea. I was like, yeah, I'll do the tourist train because you take it's called the Hong Kong tram. You take the tram to the top of the Hong Kong, one of the tallest mountain, and then look down, and beautiful. You can see Hong Kong and you can see everything. Well, his family owned the property, that side of the mountain. So I had no idea. So I'm like, oh well, I'm thinking like he live in, like I know his family's rich, but I didn't know how rich they are until you like, dude, you own the mountain. He said, yeah.
So now I have to ask,
He
how
walked.
did you go to Hong Kong being in the military? Because isn't China like level 4? Like how did you
No,
visit?
college.
Okay.
Oh, you mean how do I go to Hong Kong, U.S.
Yeah.
As a Marine?
Yeah.
No, because I work for the embassy. I do international.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I was stationed in Central, and that's where the embassy, the U.S. embassy there. And also when the ship come through, I'm on the Muse, so it's part of the Muse. So when I'm in California, and when the ship come through, we stop by Hawaii, we stop in Guam, we stop in Philippines, we stop in Korea, Japan, and we always stop in Singapore before we go through the Strait of Malacca, which is the Indonesian Strait.
Yeah.
We because that's it. I mean, once you go into that strait, it's like full combat operation. So because there's the Indonesian pirates, and yeah, so Singapore is one to stop, Hong Kong is one to stop, dude. Like Hong Kong is like every American film. You watch any American like GI, like like. Well, I'm not talking about the latest one. I'm talking about any 1980, 1990 film, and they start talking about military guy in uniform. They go to Hong Kong. That's like a destination you go to. Now, because I know people who live there, so when I get off, I just go visit them. I was like, "Oh, hey, I'm coming in. I'm going to visit you." You know. So yeah. So anybody can U.S. can visit China. You don't have to be military guy can visit China. They go to Great Wall all the time. So what they do is they apply their passport as U.S. tourists.
Right.
Now
I just
we
usually
have to
get
do.
pushback from my command on anything that the State Department classifies as a level 4 travel advisory, and then usually it's always denied by my command. So I guess I could just not tell them, but there's a risk on that.
No. You have to tell them. You cannot not tell them. No, I don't know why your command deny. That's kind of weird. I think that's just a little risk. I don't know what you do. Then again, I don't know what you do for work, but that sounds kind of weird.
Well,
Because
yeah, nothing
Yeah,
that
yeah,
important that I shouldn't be able to travel, but.
yeah, we don't let folks go to China. If somebody wants to go to China, they have to. eh, Well, one, it would have to be a designated area where it's like a resort or some type of thing like that. But we don't let folks just do commercial travel to China at all.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's another thing. I wish it was. I'd love to go to China and explore the country just for my own purposes because I like traveling. But yeah, that's not going to happen until I get out.
yeah, we don't let folks go to North Korea either. I mean, I just had a Marine that recently go to Russia, but that's because she's from Russia, and there's a whole litany of different things that she has to fill out to be able to do that. But yeah, it's there's a lot of places you got to do the IATP, of course. There's a whole bunch of stuff you got to do before it even gets to my desk, before I even remotely decide to let a Marine go. But then, of course, I have right, left lateral limits that I must adhere to based upon the regimental CO. But I don't let folks go to just any random spot that they want to go to.
Yeah, I had to fill out all that packet crap just to go to Australia a couple of years ago.
Yeah, you still got to do that stuff. The only, like, if you're going on cruises and stuff like that, it's less paperwork. But yeah, I get Marines that want to go to stuff all the time, and like I said, I got a Marine that just wanted, she's going to Russia, but she has dual citizenship, here obviously, and in Russia as well. But yeah, there's some countries that we're not letting you go, or at least not nowadays. We're letting you go.
Yeah, let me take it back. I haven't traveled in a couple of years, not outside the country, so I don't know what the rule is now. But so I'm a country desk guy when I was in Paycom. So every request doesn't matter it's units. Now, okay, so military guy when they submit their leave, there's two ways to submit your leave paper. So you have to get combatant commander approval. So if you submit to the State Department for approval, military guy don't have a choice. You got to get a combatant command approval. But your wife has all she has to do is get the State Department approval. That's it, and that's very easy. That's just like normal process. But the combatant commander approval, I was one of the approving authority. I wake up in the morning when I go to work as part of my checklist. Now it's only the country that I'm responsible for. There's other majors. They select their country. Let's say you want to go to Indonesia. We had a desk officer for that country, and he would approve that. And sometimes when they travel from country to country, and he said the destination we go from like from Hong Kong or Korea to Singapore to Indonesia, then all four of us would talk to each other and say, "Hey, are you tracking Lieutenant Colonel so and so, Gunnery Sergeant so and so, or sometimes an Army guy, like crazy, all type of people." and you're like, you're tracking that. I said yes. 99% of the time we approve everything. We really ever question it. The only time we question it is is it's just kind of like weird that like we know where our hotspot is, certain area, and then and sometimes in the request they don't fill out all the proper information. When they don't fill out all the proper information, we would reject it. When it rejected, it go back to the command MSC, go back to the regiment. I don't know what level it go down to, but because I'm sitting up top, but we always approve. 99% of the time we approve it. We don't really look at things. But what we do is we have the best essay of what's going on with the situation, because if there's a embassy cable that come up, the first thing we do is we shut down that travel, because we don't want to put you in a hot zone when there's no need to. So we review it and we track you. So a lot of time people are like, what does this do? Well, you become another blue dot on my computer screen. So like and all it say is you know uh Sergeant Major so and so, Third Marine Division, and he's in Vietnam, Hanoi. That's it. Or like Sergeant Major +5, +4 in Hanoi. And that would be the only thing. You have to like really click onto it, and you want to get the detail, like his phone number, hotel, call, and stuff like that. And we do. And we have a situation where we pick up the phone and actually call the hotel and tell so and so and stuff like that. But most of the time we approve this. It's only if you work for the government. If you don't work for the government, the State Department handle everything. But combatant commander has to approve all that. So I don't know how the approving authority is in the United States, the Northern Command. But I'm assuming that also routed to the guy in Asia because he owned the country. So I'm assuming, let's say you want to go to China.
No, it's just approved by me. That's it.
Oh,
Yeah,
at your
so they
level? Oh,
yeah,
well, what's freaking is?
yeah. So it
Uh,
goes to it goes to like the Northcom approval. You know,
uh-huh.
it's just a civilian, but ultimately the
Right.
final approval is with us. It's just yeah. That's the final approval. It doesn't need to go any higher.
Wow. Well, you know what? Hey, man, I'll take everything back. It sounds like an easy process.
Yeah, it's been like that. Now I've never been on MSG duty, but here and also just being stationed overseas, it's always with the local commander.
All right.
MSG duty, I can't speak to that, but I obviously I'm a lieutenant colonel, so I approve that stuff.
All right. Yeah. So, man, when I travel, because all embassy staff, we have black passport, we have different type of passport. So, yeah, when I travel, it's a nightmare, man. It's not something easy. I fill out a lot of paperwork, and plus, some of us are armed. We travel with our weapons. So, then we have to get paperwork to go with our weapons, and for every country we stop. So that's something unique too that a lot of people don't realize. They don't see it because I carry my pistol with me, and so it's like that's crazy. So a lot of interesting stuff. But yeah, check out with your local commander. That's the best answer is check out with your local commander, whoever approving authority. Are you telling me you need approving authority to go to Las Vegas?
Oh, no, not at all. I mean, it's always withheld at certain levels. I'm talking international because
Well,
normally with OCONUS leave, it's always either brigade or division commander sign off, depending where you go and what the State Department
Yeah.
classifies. Like if the State Department classifies something as level 4, you're never going to get approval. But if it's like level 2 or 3, it just raises up the approval authority for most bases that I've been to.
Okay, and have you heard of that level 1-4? Is that an army thing? It's like I'm not
I
tracking that for
know.
some reason.
I no. I haven't heard of that. It probably exists. I'm not questioning that. But I'm just familiar with my routing procedures.
No, it's
And
a State Department classification of their travel advisories where level
the
1
travel
is like
advisory. Yep.
yeah,
Okay.
level
All right.
2 is like reconsider or take precaution. Level
Yep,
4 is like legit do not travel.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying
I know
now.
what you're
You're
talking
talking about
about.
the travel advisory.
Yeah.
You,
I just
at
So you're
least
saying that your commander can approve anything that's higher than a 4?
so it's usually the units I've been in, it's always been the commanders will withhold certain OCONUS leave based off of the travel advisory level. So that's always what they link it to. Now, do they have to do that? I don't think so, but that's usually what like division brigade commanders have done. Where if you're going to like a level 1 or 2, it's brigade commander approval, and then if it's a level 3, it's like division, and then level 4, you're just probably not going because.
Oh man, it sounds like your unit is set up a very strict.
I mean,
I
that
think
could
it's
be
kind of
too,
weird.
but that's been my experience with trying to take OCONUS leave is it's usually tied to the travel advisory level, and then you have to go through ATAPS or whatever that system
Yep.
is and
Yep,
commit to that.
IATP. Yep, IATP. Yep. Yeah, that's
Yep.
the only thing I'm. Well, and then there's other requirements depending upon your unit, and obviously different services have different requirements too. But yeah, for me, well, one, I've never had anybody just staying in the theme of what our discussion is. I've never had anybody request to go to China, right? But I've had folks go, request to go to Russia, and they just needed to fill out the paperwork, and I was able to prove it. My higher headquarters didn't take that authority from me, nor has a CG ever said that they need this particular travel destinations need to be routed to them. I'm not saying it doesn't exist in the Marine Corps. The Marine Corps is relatively big because I think you're Army, so I'm talking to you. That's why I'm saying that. But
Yeah.
yeah, in my experience in 28 years I've been in, I've never come across that. So not saying it doesn't exist. I've just never come across it.
No, that was my last base that I was at. That was first armored. That was had the kind of had to jump through hoops to go to OCONUS. But long story short is, yeah, if you knew how to get to China while still in the military, let me know because I would love to go as a tourist and just see the country. I'd be really interested. Like, I would love to get to every country in the world before I die, but a lot of those will probably not happen. So,
Well,
you
depending
know,
upon how long you got left in, I don't know how long you've been in and if you're planning to go retirement, but depending upon your personal situation, I mean, hey, once you get out, you can go do what the hell you want to do, and you gotta ask for permission.
that is true. Another about 10 years.
Oh goddamn, you got a long time, my friend. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, if I go to retirement, then 10, 11 years now. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome, man. Congratulations that you're halfway there.
I know it doesn't feel like it's been that long, but it's also been like I've done a lot in the past 8 years. So yeah, time flies.
Is your MOS is one of those jobs that you can transfer to civilian life?
Sorry, say that again.
Is your MOS one of your MOS? Is it transferable to
I
civilian
mean,
job?
not really. I'm infantry officer, so I mean,
Oh,
some aspect of
no,
it, yes,
yeah.
but
I can tell you. I can tell you right
yeah,
now. Yeah, I'm
no.
sorry, man.
It does. It does. I got a whole bunch of infantry officer friends, and it's transferable. I mean, leadership. I mean, coaching, mentor. I mean, there's so many different things that's transferable.
Right. I mean,
So
if
don't.
people need to, like, if companies need someone to run an adult daycare, like, I got you, but
Okay, so you don't have, yeah. So I'm a logistics officer. Two different things, but don't count sell yourself short. Again, like I said, I got a bunch of friends, that are, senior, officers, and they've retired and they're doing extremely well. And then of course, you got all of those. I assume since you're only 8 years, you're only captain. I assume.
yeah, I am.
Yep. So, I mean, you have obviously if you do 20, you're going to be hired, a captain. But if let's just say you decided to get out now, there's all these different services that are dedicated to company grade officers, captain and below, to help them, transition out and set you up with good, promising jobs. So, in fact, when I actually worked at FedEx, There was some infantry officers there that worked at FedEx. So don't sell yourself short.
Oh yeah, and if you frame it right, and like the management aspect, definitely, because you do kind of figure out that the trick of how to manage large groups of people and keep people focused on a common objective and synchronize different efforts. So that's yes, but yeah, in general, not a ton of skills from the Army that you can apply over outside of the management aspect.
Hey man, get your resume. Like we talked about earlier. Get your resume. Go shake hands with these people.
Yeah, honestly, that I really should update that gradually because I just finished command a year ago, so I really should update that everything and add that on there.
General Dynamics is hiring.
Oh, hey Adam.
How you been?
We got the golf group going. All right, and then
Nice.
we got the dim sum, the UFC. Oh, it's exciting, man. This conference is like, oh man, it's getting bigger and bigger. There's
I
like
wish
so
I
many
could
fun
go,
matches.
man.
You see the banner? I just posted a picture of the banner. This thing is huge.
No,
I didn't realize it. I forgot to measure how long it is. I must have added too many zeros.
I'm
thought you was
driving right
going,
now, so
Adam.
I'll look at it later.
I thought you was going. I know you broke your foot, but I'm sure it's healed now. I thought you was going there.
Yeah, I was totally. So I decided to go back to work, and I'm working
Okay.
for General Dynamics now in
Ah,
Rhode Island. My foot was a year ago.
damn, it's been that long?
Already, I can't. Just about, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just started April 2nd, and I'm loving it, loving life.
Oh yeah, you're not going to be able to take off that quickly. Yeah, you
Yeah,
just started. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, that's
No,
cool.
I'm very happy.
That's cool.
Well, Adam was the main guy. He's the original organizer of this thing. Hotel and everything. And now,
Yeah, we booked it, everything off the Bitcoin conference
yeah,
hotel stuff,
yeah.
and because I was starting this job, and then especially when I found out I only had 15 days, and we already have a family cruise to Europe for 10 days in August, and then we have to take a mandatory 5 days at the end of the year, shutdown. So I had to cancel, unfortunately, and it sounds like I'm bumming big time that I can't go.
No worry, man. We're gonna have many more.
Yeah,
We have.
definitely.
Oh, I took the year off. So the banner. So when my final proof, I'm like, nope, get rid of the year because I'm gonna use that banner again.
Yeah, it's not smart, very smart.
Yeah, and
Wow,
that's the. But
you guys are
yeah,
gonna have a blast.
High Dip's gonna be the MC. He's gonna be the MC of this thing.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice. Wow.
I couldn't believe how many people contact me, man. It's just like, oh my god. It's like, yeah, it's gonna be
Oh, it
fun.
makes sense. It's an exciting topic and definitely a lot of very interested people. I can see that. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
Honey, you want to say hi to Adam? Oh,
yeah,
she walk in, walk. You say hi
tell her
real
I
quick.
said hi.
Yeah, she waved.
Hello. Hey, I don't know if I texted you, I don't know, last week, I think.
I didn't get it.
Yeah.
There's a couple people send me a message. I keep telling them that if you don't, you send me a message for real.
It's cell phone text. Yeah.
Oh,
Just
cell
catching
phone
up,
text.
saying hi. Yeah.
Uh,
I was just catching up, saying hi
yep.
since
I
I've,
see you. I'm
yeah, I
sorry, I didn't
popped
even look
in.
at it.
No worries. I popped in here and there lately, but you might recall. So we moved to Diana's house in Rhode
All right.
Island, especially it was closer to the job. and selling my house. So between fixing her house up and fixing my house up, preparing, I've been just, exhausted out of my mind, junk, and busy as crazy. So I haven't been able to be on as much, but I'm driving now to my place and
Right.
have a boatload more work.
Well, we definitely got to visit you in the new state, the new house with Diana.
Yes, yes, definitely. When you come up this way to make
Yeah.
your visits, absolutely.
Yeah, I went up north a couple of days ago, but my parents was in New York, so it's a different area. And
Yeah.
but I went there just to check on my parents, see how they're doing. But
Well,
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
that item you gave me, I'm going to put on my submarine desk.
No.
Yeah, everybody will
you
think
talking you talking
I'm
about you're talking about the Christmas decoration?
no, the cup. Not the tree, the cup.
Oh, the cup. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, the tree is good too because that came from the White House. I already told you that.
Yeah, I know, but we put that on the. Yeah, you know what? I guess I could put it at my desk and then just put it on the tree each year. That's a good idea.
Yeah, you can tell them. I said, "Where you get this from?" I said, "I know Marines." He got that from
Yeah,
literally from the White House.
literally.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, that's a
Every
good idea.
single. Yeah, it's given to the Marines units, and I get a lot of them because I own a lot of Yeah, so every time they need support or something like that, so I got a lot of them, and they
Oh,
always give it. Yeah, they always give it to me.
well, I'll
They,
definitely do that. I'm sorry, guys.
yeah, it's rare. It's like I'm telling you, it cannot be replicated anywhere because they only made it for the White House. So his wife, when they decorate the tree at the White House, that's all the items that go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
pretty cool.
so we wear a hard hat because I'm always in the subs all the time, and so I bought a bunch of stickers to go on my hard hat, and so I put a Shelby, but the sticker was pretty thick, so it wouldn't wouldn't stick to the helmet because of the curves, and so it kept
Oh,
falling off. So I taped it to the top of my cube, and all of a sudden everybody comes up. You own a Shelby? Oh yeah, I don't own just a Shelby. And plus, where we are, everybody knows Tasca. So who helped Carol Shelby do a lot. And so, oh my God, so many people come up. So I'll put your tree item there too, and they'll be asking me about that as well.
that's awesome, man.